Hello, everyone. I don't know if there's anyone here yet, but if you are watching this back, hello. I hope you are doing well. It's Saturday here, so happy Saturday to all of you. And welcome to the first set of sprints for the Candyland 48-hour readathon. We are already, obviously, a few hours into the readathon, so I hope your reading is going well. I, for one, have been reading Trust of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson, and you guys, I'm going to talk about it more in the vlog, but I'm absolutely obsessed with this book already. I started it just a little bit earlier today, and I am on chapter 6, over 30 pages in, and loving it already. So what I'm going to do is do the talking sprints inside because there's a lot of noise outside, and then I'm going to bring you guys back out for the reading portion so that I can enjoy the sunshine and read, because that's what I've been doing this morning, and I'm listening to the audio at the same time. Love it. Also, I hope the sound is okay. I realized that my headphones were connected for some reason, so I hope you guys can hear me at least now if you couldn't hear me before. So do let me know what you all are planning on reading, if you're participating in the readathon or not. Hello. For free pick, I decided to be easy on myself and choose a monk. Nice. That is a very smart way to go about it. Honestly, didn't even consider that as an option, but I probably should have. But for now, as I said, I'm reading Tress, and Tress kind of hits both prompts because it's a book I wanted to read, and also it has sea and water themes in it, which is prompt number 2. But I'm also going to read another book, a water related book tomorrow as well. So we're doubling up for the prompts. Hello, reading The Witches of Bone Hill. That is a very intriguing title. I've never heard of this book. Is it spooky? Is it like a fantasy book? Do tell. Hello, Candyland Readathon is a readathon that I am hosting based off my TBR game, which is Candyland Picks My TBR, where I play the Candyland game with the board and then get prompts and read books. So we're doing a 48-hour version of that right now. So today and tomorrow, the prompts for this readathon are: one is free pick, and the other is a book with the ocean or water theme, if ever you want to join. If not, you can read whatever you want. They're reading sprints. Hello. Reading Beach Read by Emily Henry. Oh, I love that book. I hope you're enjoying. I read Tress for a book club. I'm not a fantasy reader and thought it was okay. Love the character of Tress. I am not a massive fantasy girly either, but this is giving 5-star predictions for some reason. I just am so immersed. I don't know if you'll listen to the audiobook or not, but I think it's making a really big difference because the narrator in this book is absolutely phenomenal. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, and Tress is indeed a very intriguing character. Also, Beach Read is my favorite Emily Henry book. I don't know if you're reading it for the first time, but I hope you love it. I cried so much at that book. A good book so far, halfway. Ooh, Witchy Family History. Nice. That does sound like a nice autumnal book. I feel like I should keep that in my mind for when autumn comes around, which I'm not wishing summer away, but I'm also kind of excited for autumn to eventually show up. Halfway in, if you participate in these sprints, I hope you can get it done. Oh, your first Emily Henry. I feel like you went the right way in reading it. Beach Read was her first adult novel. Honestly, is my fave. I don't think anything will outrank it. That being said, Happy Place has been a really close second. I loved Happy Place as well, but there's just nothing that hits like Beach Read. So let me know how long you want the reading sprints. On my channel, I usually do 30-minute sprints, but we can definitely make them longer because the aim of the game is to read as much as possible. So we can do 45 minutes, an hour, 30, whatever you guys want. Hello, hello. No problem if you're a few minutes late. I will be going for a few hours either way. But what I'm reading for water themed is The Curse of Eelgrass Bog. A spooky middle grade? I'm gonna look that up right away. That is so intriguing. I've never heard of it. I love the cover for anyone. There's a glare, but like look how cute this is. Also, the hardcover is on sale and the temptation to just like buy it. Oh, it has to do with a mysterious curse. I'm loving that for you, and I might be loving that for me. Not that I should add any more middle grade to my TBR. Not sure for free pick yet. Yeah, sometimes I feel like being able to pick anything is harder than going off a prompt. Um, Hence why I kind of decided to like double up. I'm also wanting to continue reading Peregrine Quinn and the Cosmic Realm. I started that book earlier this week. It's a middle grade book. It was one of, I think, my book club pick for June. I don't remember. It's like part of the books I'm trying to catch up on. Obsessed. 30-ish minute sprints would do it for you. Well, I feel like you are the one who gave your opinion, so we can definitely go with that unless someone objects, but we could start with 30-minute sprints and see how everything goes after that. So, if you guys are ready to sprint, I'm very excited to like get back into this. I feel like I might have like an all day read. I don't think I'm going to be able to read 2 books today. That was my initial goal, but it's already 1 p.m. and I have like 7 hours of the audiobook left. So we'll take our wins where we can. But again, obsessed with this so far. So if we want a 30-minute sprint, we can definitely start with that. So you guys let me know if that is good for you. Looks like it works for everyone. So I'll set that up and we'll like round it up and make it like a 33-minute sprint just so we can come back at like a normal number. So I will catch you guys then. Works for you? It works for everyone, I have a feeling. So let's do this. I'll see you by, I can't talk. See you guys in 30 minutes. Also, my internet might cut out just a few seconds because I'm gonna have to switch to my personal like hotspot to bring you guys outside so that the internet doesn't cut. I apologize if it does. Hello, everyone. First sprint is over. I hope I did not scare you. Do let me know how it went. I got to chapter 11, and things have been happening in this book, and I am so excited to see where this is going. We got introduced to a new furry friend, which I realized is in the end paper. If you can see clearly, this is a rat, and I'm obsessed with him, and the way he talks is hilarious. So I cannot wait to see if he's like a big part of the book or it's just like for one portion of it. I don't really know. I am very happy I haven't had spoilers for this, but we're like 55 pages in now. Really enjoying. Read about 20 pages. That's very good for like a 30-minute sprint. I feel like that's solid. What are you Did you tell us what you were reading? Oh, yes, you did you? Yes, you're reading a manga, I think. Is that what you're reading today? Which one are you reading? Do tell. I love how the chapters in this as well aren't super long compared to Stormlight Archives. Those chapters are like an hour long, which is terrifying. But Brandon Sanderson can clearly do no wrong. He is very talented. And like the fact that he wrote this for his wife, he's iconic. Attack on Titan 3 and also Got Lunch. I've heard so much of Attack on Titan. I'm not sure I'd enjoy it, but I was very intrigued. Also, love that you got lunch. Took me a bit to get started this first sprint. I think I'll get more done the second time around. Yeah, I feel like first sprints are like you got to get into it, and then once the pace has been kind of established, it's a little bit easier. Totally get that. Oh, reading Defy the Night on my Kindle, I made it to 12%. Nice. Are you liking it so far? I feel like I kind of fell off that author's books after the A Curse So Dark and Lonely series, which I loved. A Curse So Dark and Lonely, but then I haven't read any of her other books. I'm not sure if I would like still like them at this like to this day because my reading taste has changed so much, but I really loved Curse So Dark and Lonely. Also, there's so many pretty editions of Defy the Night. I feel like so many book boxes did really stunning things with that. I don't even remember what it's about, actually. Also, in my like collectors, oh my god, I can't talk, edition spirit, I've been Googling the Dragonsteel edition of Tress because that hardcover is stunning. But it's expensive. Like, not the book itself. Shipping, though, is a... Yes, nice. Is it a long book? I don't know how thick those books are. Because, like, 12% is pretty solid for a sprint. It is pretty creepy, but they have them at my library, so I figured, why not? Fair. I feel like if you don't have to, like, pay for them, which is the love of libraries, it's, like, fun to try these kind of books out. I would not have access to them via a library. Love that for me. So that's why I haven't picked them up. But if you can try them out for sure for free, love that. Yes, I do. I do hate when you like. I did know about like the Dragonsteel books, but at that point I hadn't really entered my Brandy Sandy era. I'm not sure I can still call it an era because I mean I've read one book, but like one of his books feels like 4 regular books. But yeah, I do hate that, and I feel like it happens a lot where I purchase a book and then a week later it's like special edition announcement, and I'm like, what are we like? Why are we doing this? Like, why? And the timing is always awful, but and then sometimes you just miss out on them completely, or like you forget they went on sale. Special edition collecting is not for the weak. But I'm telling myself the Dragonsteel books are still on there. So if I want to like sell more books, and if this is really a 5-star, because I don't know if you guys have seen the cover of the Dragon's New ones, and like they look like the texture is just phenomenal. Says 470 pages, so it is a pretty big book. I feel like anything over 450 to me at least is considered like a chunky book. So you are a quick reader. I feel like so many people who watch my channel read books at like an insanely quick pace, and I am in awe of everyone because could not be me. Could not be me. It's like my sister-in-law has read over 100 books. We're in July. She started reading this year, and she's reading it like in English, which is her second language. And I'm like, take over my channel. Just take all of it. You go, girl. But I know that reading is different for everyone, so no pressure there. But I just think it's so cool when people get to read so quickly. Also, do tell me if 30 minutes was a good length for sprints or not. Put it in large print. I love that we can do that with like Kindle, because I know I mentioned this a lot, but my eyesight, like I can see without my glasses, but it's reading like up close that is really difficult. And the fact that like you can adjust the print on Kindle books is definitely life-changing. But it does make the book longer, so fair enough. You guys, my dog is so sleepy. We've been sitting outside, but like it's hot outside here, and we're starting a heat wave. And now she just like went to lay on the couch, and I don't think she's gonna come back outside with me. She is an exhausted little puppy, which, by the way, it's her birthday in less than a month. She's gonna be 1 year old. I cry. Her birthday is August 17th, so it's very close. I do want to throw her a birthday party because why not be extra? I don't have children, but I have a dog, and like I want to bake her her own birthday cake. I feel like I'm gonna have a whole vlog dedicated to the fact that like it's my dog's birthday. No way, their birthdays 1 day apart. My dog is also a wiener dog. What in the world? How old is your dog? That's crazy. Oh my god. Don't mind logbooks. I feel like it also really depends like on the genre you're used to reading, because I primarily read romance and middle grade, and like for me like a romance that's like 600 pages long, and like why are we doing this? And also middle grade tends to be like 300 to 400 pages just because of the target readers. But if I read a fantasy book, I feel like it makes more sense that like the book is long, because the world building and everything, it just takes up more time. Eight? Oh my god. He must be so cute. I feel like they get cuter and cuter the older they get. Like I can't wait for my dog's fur to like fully be there, because like she's growing out of her like little puppy fur and getting into like an adult, and I'm like, oh, like you're gonna be so cute. And her dad was like so furry and adorable when we saw him, so definitely am obsessed with them. But 8, that's so cute. Happy early birthday to your dog. Are we ready for another sprint? Do tell. Because I feel like I could chat all day, but I also feel like the people will want to read. So let a girl know. Because I I can't wait to read more of this as well. Like I'm really having a good time. Like this is like the perfect book for this readathon. If you haven't read it and are looking for a book to fulfill the water prompt, this is it, folks. This is it. Also, speaking of the devil, she woke up from her nap to say hello to everyone. So there she is in all her glory, my little baby. Say goodbye. Ready whenever. Perfect. Ooh. Also love middle grade romance. My people. Isn't she sweet? She's the cutest. Okay, so I'll stop talking now and we can do another, I think, 30-minute sprint. Seems to have worked. I feel like it was a good amount of time to sprint. And yes, she is very cute. I'll see you back here in 30 minutes. Hello, hello. How did everyone do? I am stuck with my computer wire because I wanted to charge a little bit before I go back outside. I made it to chapter 15, so I got like 3 more chapters done. I'm on page 76. Still very much enjoying. I feel like the plot has very much picked up. It is feeling very piratey, which is exactly what I wanted. And I am even more obsessed with the rat in the story right now. Let me catch up on comments I've missed. On my tablet downstairs, I am reading A Lineage of Grace by Francine Rivers. Is that fantasy? Historical fiction? I have never heard of it. Never heard of the author either. Do tell us more, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hello, hello. Finishing Kiss the Stars by A.L. Jackson, and then starting a free pick, maybe a blue book from NetGalley or Kindle. I've never heard of that book by A.L. Jackson. Do tell if you enjoyed. Reading Endgame by Chloe Walsh for the water-themed book. I've heard of the... What is that? Why does that book ring a bell? Let's see. Endgame. I've actually never heard of that, but it definitely looks like it fits the bill with it having like water all over the cover. I hope you enjoy it. Got almost halfway. Nice. You are making progress. Hope you're still enjoying. Got a chapter and a half in Beach Read. I prefer shorter chapters, but it's all good. I do feel like Emily Henry, depending on the books, has shorter or longer chapters, but it's definitely not like some other romance or fiction books. I feel like they are a little bit longer, but I'm glad you're reading it. I hope you're enjoying what you're reading so far, but for sure I do think it like she's not the like her books are not the easiest to like just jump into. I feel like they're a little bit heavier. They're not just like light romances, so Christian fiction. Maybe I've heard of this book because I do follow a few booktubers who are Christian. For example, I know Books and Jams reads a lot of Christian fiction, so maybe it's a title I've heard on her channel. Yes, you are enjoying it. Nice. Honestly, I am due for a reread of that book. Forever gonna be one of my favorites. Forever. And I made as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it here, but I reorganized my entire library and I now have a dedicated shelf for like Ali Hazelwood, and I put Ali Hazelwood and Emily Henry together, and Beach Read is my face out book because I love it. I can't wait for the collector's edition. It looks stunning as well. It took you a bit to get into Happy Place, but ended up really enjoying the book. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the theme with Emily Henry. I got used to her writing style very quickly, which is why I really enjoyed my time with all of her books. But I do think it could take a little while to get into, especially depending on the narration style, because I feel like Happy Place and Beach Read are not told the same way. And I think it took me just a little bit longer to get into Happy Place than it did Beach Read because of that. But I also loved Happy Place and also cried at that book. I don't think there's an Emily Henry book I've read I didn't cry at, except maybe People We Meet on Vacation. But I'm not the biggest fan of that one, and I do think it's the way that story is told that kind of put me off of it. Do tell me when you are ready for another sprint. I think I'm gonna do probably like 2 more sprints, and then I'll do my Patreon sprints tomorrow. People We Meet on Vacation is the other one I own. I feel like either people love it or hate it, but I've never heard of it being like, this is my favorite Emily Henry book. I've never heard of anyone say that. But that being said, I feel like either you love People We Meet on Vacation and dislike like some of her other books, or just don't really love People We Meet on Vacation and love books like Beach Read. But again, it's middle of the road for some people as well, and to each their own. It's just going back and forth for me, and that one wasn't done as well as Happy Place for me, because Happy Place does have dual timelines of them when they're like in college and them now, and I think the way that was done was a lot better than it was in People We Meet on Vacation. I wasn't sure that I was going to enjoy the 5 a night, but it's really good. Have 10 hours and 54 minutes left. Nice. I have, how long do I have of my audiobook left? Like 6.5 hours ish. I think I'm almost, I think, 1/3 of the way through my book. Um, the goal is still to like finish this one tonight and then read my Patreon pick tomorrow, and that will have successfully knocked off every goal for this readathon. I was really hoping to read more, but like, it's the weekend. I have plans. I have other things going on. So I think if I finish 2 books in 2 days, it's going to be pretty solid. I do also need to update my vlog soon because I've done a lot more reading since the last time I updated. And yes, I am vlogging this. So keep an eye out for my 48-hour readathon vlog. If we're ready for another sprint, we can go in 2 minutes for another 30. I feel like 30 is pretty good. Do let me know. Or if no one lets me know, then I'm just going to choose and we're going to go in 2 minutes anyways. Ready? Your first readathon. That is so exciting. I hope you are having a good time. This is very low key compared to other readathons like the Magical Readathon or Becca's Bookopoly. Like, people have such creative readathons, but I like mine to just like give me a sense of community, but also the freedom to do what I please. So I have set up the sprint. I will see you again in 30 minutes, you guys. Hello, hello, everyone. Another sprint is done. Let me know how you did. I was getting so warm outside. I feel like I'm starting to tan a little bit, and my computer is also slightly overheating. So I think the next sprint will be done inside, or I'm going to keep the computer inside. I don't know yet. But I got to chapter 19. I'm like 3 pages away from being at page 100, which honestly, not so bad. I didn't think I would get through this so quickly because this is fantasy. Still absolutely loving it. I feel like there's a little bit of intrigue setting in. We are learning about the people who are on board the ship with Tress. And like some of them are sketchy, but also the rat is just becoming even more iconic. Made it to chapter 9. Solid. I feel like people are getting a good momentum during this sprint. Probably have 20 pages left. Nice. So I feel like one more sprint and you're good to go. I love that for you. Another book done for the year, another book done for the month. What a way to close it out. I hope you are still enjoying. I just checked and I have 5 hours and 53 minutes left of the audiobook, so I'm like 24% of the way done. I'm using Libro for the first time. I have 3 books on there. I have Tress of the Emerald Sea, the third Skandar book, and Funny Story by Emily Henry, because Libro was having a thing where when you signed up, you got like 2 extra audiobooks for the same price. So those were the books I got. And I really like the Libro platform. It is so easy to use, and like the fact that it gives you your percentage and stuff. Maybe I missed it, but what other book are you planning on reading? During the readathon, I am trying to read Tress of the Emerald Sea today. And the other book I for sure want to get to is the book my patrons picked, and that is Remarkably Bright Creatures, because it fits the prompt of like water. I had put a few in a poll. What had I put in that poll? Let me check. So that's going to be read with my patrons during live sprints tomorrow. Let's see. I had put Medusa, Remarkably Bright Creatures, Wrong Mr. Right, Skandar 2, and Springtide. And all of them were to fulfill the water prompt. And right now, Remarkably Bright Creatures is winning by 1 vote. So that's probably what I'm going to be reading tomorrow, unless something changes. And I would have liked to read finish Peregrine Quinn and the Cosmic Realm, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time because like plans are shifting around. My parents invited me to dinner this evening, so I'm obviously gonna go because like I love my parents, but that's gonna take away from my reading time. So I think the other book I'm gonna read is Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is a literary fiction. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm really hoping I like it. I think for my water themed book, I am going to read The Kraken's Sacrifice by Katie Robert. Is that like another one of her steamy books? I feel like I only know Katie Robert for like steamy romance. I don't know if she does anything else, but that sounds interesting, and it definitely fits the vibe of the prompt. Let's go see what that is. You guys are making me add stuff to my TBR. Yeah, that definitely looks like a romance. A monster romance. The cover is really pretty. I love the vibes. Like, this is what the cover looks like. Very nice. I feel like the TBR is never ending. I do really want this book that was mentioned during the live, The Curse of Eelgrass Bog. Like, first of all, look at this beautiful cover, and also the hardcover is on sale. This book is like almost 40% off. It sounds right up my alley, but like I know I shouldn't, so it's just added to my forever and ever book wish list. But I always love hearing what you guys are reading. It takes place at an unnatural history museum. Oh my god. Why does that sound so fun? I've never read monster romance. I've never been brave enough to venture into like that part of the romance world, though I feel like so many creators I watch regularly read monster romances. I'm like, I just don't know what I'd enjoy. I feel like it's so hard. I think I'm going to do one more because my parents are older and they eat early, but I'm thinking that I might actually do more sprints this evening once I come back home. So, depending if you guys are still up, but I might do another like 2 or 3 hours of sprints once I'm home around like 8 or 9 ish. So, yeah, one more 30-minute sprint for today, which I think we could start now if you guys are ready. And then I'll come back most likely later this evening. Let me know if you guys are ready to sprint. I started with Ice Planet Barbarians, and then I was hooked on one. See, I did own that book. I think I found it for like $2, but then I owned it for a couple years, and I was like, I'm I'm never gonna read this. And then I just sold the book for I think like the same price I paid it. Maybe one day I will be brave enough. We'll definitely let you know. I'll like set up the sprints a little bit ahead of time as well if I do end up doing more, but I can let you know. Ready for a sprint? Works for me. So I'll see you guys for 30 minutes to wrap up these sprints. Hello, friends. It is the end of the sprint. Do tell me how you did. I, for one, just read one extra chapter, which we learn a lot in, and updated my vlog. So that's pretty much all I did. I'm now 100 pages in. So we have oh God, almost 300 to go. 200? Almost 300, I think. Yeah. I thought I was a little bit further in, but honestly, I'm just enjoying my time. So it'll take however long it takes. It doesn't really matter. I'm not in this readathon for stats. I'm in here for the good books and just to get back to reading. So let me know how you did before I end these sprints. As I said, I may come back this evening. I think about 1/3 through the book. Pretty easy read. Nice. 1/3. That's pretty good. Up to chapter 12. Nice. You read 3 more chapters than this sprint, I think, which is really good. Finished my manga, and of course it ended on a cliffhanger, so now I want to get the next one. I mean, it's fun because you're invested, but it also sucks if you don't have it on hand. Did you borrow it from the library as well, or are you gonna need to put a hold on that and get to it later on? I hope for your sake you don't have to wait too long. It does always happen with manga. I feel like that's every time I read a volume of Blue Lock, it was cliffhanger to the point where at one point you're like, is this ever gonna stop? What is this madness? But it's also a good thing because you speed through them because you're like, give me the next one. I need to know. So I feel like everyone did pretty solid work today. I feel like everyone read. I for one was not distracted at all during these sprints, except for the last one, but I needed to update my vlog. So it's been a good day's work. That's not too bad. If you can get it in the next week. Gotta love the libraries for that. And you don't need to spend any money, and then you'll be able to figure out what happened. I love that for you. So, my friends, I think I will be closing out these sprints if I want to, get a move on. And as I said, if you guys want more sprints tonight, I'd be happy to provide more public reading sprints today. And if you are not joined my Patreon, but you want more sprints tomorrow for the readathon, the least costly option is $2 Canadian for reading sprints and Candyland readathon. So if ever, the link is in the bio of this video, but if not, I'll probably see you guys tonight for some more reading because I'm gonna want to read more of this bad boy. And that is all. Thank you so much for joining me during this live. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you very soon with more videos and more fun stuff. Bye, guys.